Hey, what's up? Glub here, and I'm playing the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable is a mod for Source. You don't need half of it to play it, but it's just
This is
a
the
man
story of a man named Stanley.
named Stanley, of course.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I want to be 426. 426 is a better number.
427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Lucky.
Orders came to him through a monitor next to his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them.
I like his job. I kind of want that job.
This is what employee 427
I mean, he just
did
kind of sits
every
buttons.
day of
I mean, I do that too.
every month of every
Except
year.
I do it for entertainment.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
Lucky
came,
ass
as
bitch.
though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley
He was.
happy.
He was made exactly for the job. He's a robot.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
He
He had been at his desk
got
for
cut,
nearly an hour.
realized the electricity was coming out,
that not
realized he was a
one
robot.
single order had arrived on a monitor for him to follow.
EMP.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Well, he's
But as he
paralyzed,
came to
dog,
his
because he's a
wits and
robot.
regained
He
his
got shocked.
senses, he got up from his desk and walked out into the hallway.
Go on. Oh, wait, I have to do it. Okay. Oh, that's a nice chair. What's in your briefcase, fine sir?
Stanley decided to go to the staff lounge.
Where's the
to check
staff
on
lounge?
his
Is this staff
co-workers.
lounge?
He
What?
never functioned well by himself.
I want a staff lounge.
Constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
No. Can I not open any of these doors? Hey. Wow, that guy doesn't have... He's got a better monitor, Lucky. What number is he? 424. Okay. Gotta remember to
When
kill him.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Okay, left.
he entered the door on his left.
I'm a good Stanley. Come on. Let's go. I need more progression. Ooh,
As
food.
Stanley entered the lounge, he was horrified to
This is
find
a
not a
lounge?
single person here.
This is a horrible
He decided
lounge.
he would walk up to see his boss, hoping that he would find an answer there.
What is this? So they do math in the lounge? These guys are smarter than we thought.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm tired of you, Morgan Freeman. Don't listen to you.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, of admitting that he had left his post during work hours. He might be
Not
fired
what
for that.
happened at all.
And in such a competitive
I
economy,
just didn't want
was
to
it
listen to
really
you.
worth
'Cause you're-
taking that
you're
risk?
a meanie.
All because he believed
Well,
everyone had
wait a minute.
disappeared? His
This
boss
room-
would think he was crazy.
Wait.
And
Hold
then
up.
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
What?
he thought to himself,
is
maybe
just a giant
I
circle.
am crazy. Everyone I know simply vanishing out of the blue,
Because you're a
there's
robot.
almost no other explanation for it.
EMP.
And a nagging fear began to creep up in his mind. Questions that had been there all along.
Yes, you're a robot.
He just hadn't put his finger on them yet.
Yes, that you're a robot. Shut
For
up.
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Because he's a robot.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Because he's a
And
robot.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Was he just walking around in circles?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can tell you. I
Where
go
am
like this
I,
and I
he
turn on.
thought.
Yeah, stupid.
And the more he found himself unable to answer these questions, the more questions continued to arise, until he came to the issue that had been slowly boiling, until he could ignore it no longer.
That he's a robot. Duh. Oh my
Why
god.
is there a voice in my head
'Cause you're-
dictating everything that I'm doing?
Because
and
you're a
thinking?
robot, and that's your programming.
Suddenly, every door slammed shut.
Oh, no,
No!
no.
Stanley screamed. I need to get out of here. I need to
Crap.
know that there's something out there. I need to know it's not just all in my head.
No, I'm dying.
He screamed
Gas.
and
The
clutched
gas
at his
is
skull
pipes. I
as
need to
the
break the
voice
pipes.
grew harsher and the music in the background rose higher and higher.
No.
And then, moments before collapsing to the ground, Stanley clenched his fists and screamed to anyone who might be listening, I'm not real! I'm
Yes,
not
'cause you're a
real!
robot.
Don't believe any of it. None of it's real. And then everything went black.
I lost, didn't I? I would
This
lose.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no, I won? Or is this my next life?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She got dressed,
It's a guy.
went to work, clocked in, clocked out, and then she walked
That guy's
home.
dead.
But her walk on this day was interrupted by the
Oh,
body
that
of a
makes sense
man
now.
who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Moments after seeing him, she would turn, run to the nearest police station, and call for an ambulance.
They're
But
all
for just a few brief
paralyzed.
seconds, she merely stood there,
They're all robots.
unable to move. The tragedy was not the death
He's
of
the
a
only
single
human.
person. It was that she would never know this man's story.
He doesn't have a story.
Never
He's a
hear in
robot.
his own words what had happened to him, or what he believed had happened to him.
Oh,
For to
that's
know
Stanley.
these things would be to exist inside the head of the man himself. So all she could do was observe from a distance and
Stanley,
pity.
the other robot.
But Mariella had places to be and people to meet with, very important people, whose impressions
Engineers.
of her would affect her career and indeed the rest of her
Yes,
life.
because if they don't like her, they'll
She
kill her.
stood there for only a moment, looking down at the body, and then she ran.
Run, bitch, run. Hey, run. What, is this it? My life? Well, that's the Stanley Parable. Thanks for watching, and go glub yourself.